In this video, we're actually looking at finding the volume of an oblique triangular prism. So imagine that this is a prism, right, with these two triangles. This is your top, this is your bottom, and instead of it kind of being straight up and down, it's shifted. In other words, it's shifted kind of over at an angle. Now, the reason I'm showing this example is because the distance between the two bases is normally what we use for the height, but in the case where we have one that's an oblique prism, where it has went from being vertical and is shifted over, we're actually going to use the height that's given. And notice in this particular problem, they kind of drew what almost looks like a right triangle on the side of the oblique prism. And then it shows you the height. And again, this is truly the distance between the two bases vertically, right? Like if this is the top and this is the bottom, if I go from that point all the way down to the bottom of the base, this is going to represent the distance. So don't worry about trying to find this lateral slant distance. Don't worry about that. Go ahead and just use the distance between the top and bottom of the base as represented here on the side. So our height is actually going to be this 13, and then we're going to have to find big B, which is the area of the base. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and start working this out. Just remember, as always, big B is just the area of the base. And I always emphasize that because our base is a triangle. So I'm going to go ahead and just draw a right triangle over here. And one side of the triangle, notice, right, this bottom part is 10. So I'm going to put B is equal to 10. And then the height of the triangle, it'll be this one right here, which is 7. So don't confuse this, though, with the height of the prism. The height of the prism, right, this H is going to be this value over here. But let's go ahead and just deal with B first. So we have V is equal to, and we're going to use our formula for a triangle. And remember the formula, the way you find the area of a triangle is you do 1/2 the base of the triangle times the height of the triangle. So that's our base and that's our height. So we're going to go ahead in parentheses, we're going to put 1/2 parentheses, so that's times the base of the triangle and times the height of the triangle. And so my base is 10. My height of this triangle is 7. And those values were given to me right in this image. And then we're going to do times the height of the prism. And the height of the prism is 13. So I'm going to go ahead and put that 13 in. And then, just usual, we're going to put this into the calculator. And when I say this, I mean what's on the right side of the equal sign. And it'll do the calculating for us. So I'm going to go and get this calculator right quick. And I'm going to put this in. So I have parentheses. I'm going to hit alpha y equals enter to get my fraction bar. And put 1/2. And in parentheses, 10, the base of the triangle. And then 7, the height of that triangle, which is the base. And then put a second parenthesis to close it out, and then another for the height of the prism, which is 13. Close it, enter, and it gives me 455. So the volume of this figure is going to be 455 centimeters cubed. And that's all there is to it. I just wanted to make sure that you understood. Don't worry about this slant height here. Just use the distance between the two bases, from the bottom of the shape to the top of the shape.